Hello, lovely ladies out there. Good evening. A very, very happy Women's Day. A very, very happy International Women's Day to all of you who are listening this. We are joined here by so many people, and we are here to actually understand how can we take care of ourselves. So the tagline which we are following today is that you are extraordinary Nari. So we are all extraordinary, not because we are women, but because we are really able to do so many things out here. Hi Isha, good to see you. So I would like to start my presentation here with a small poem because we all understand that we have to really win over ourselves. That is the best thing which we can do today. So I will just present this poem, which is a small Hindi poem which I have written. This is called खुद से जीत. दस्तूरों की दीवारों से टकराकर टूटना नहीं है तुझे. दस्तूरों की दीवारों से टकराकर टूटना नहीं है तुझे. आजमाइशें हैं ये, आजमाइशें हैं ये, संभल फिर आगे बढ़. गिरना नहीं है तुझे. सब फूल समझे, सब फूल समझेंगे और तोड़ेंगे. सब फूल समझकर तोड़ेंगे. सबके साथ जुड़ जा, बन जा गुलदस्ता. बिखरना नहीं है तुझे. खुद से ही जंग है ये तेरी, जीतना है तुझे. So yes ladies, we have to win over ourselves and we have to become a bouquet of flowers. That is the message, that we have to be all together, and we know that we're all together in this. So we have to be together to raise the standard of all of us together. We have to be together to really face all the challenges in this world. So, how do we do all this? I know that all of you are so pretty ladies, you are really worthy ladies, and you are really taking care of yourself. You're all taking care of yourself in spite of the challenges which you're facing. But few suggestions from my side, I was thought that we will be taking. First of all, if you are doing so many things in these 24 hours, are you able to manage your time? Because that is the first thing which we have to do to manage our time. And how do you do that? Like, because so many times we are so agitated because we are not able to finish our work in time, because we forget so many things which we wanted to do and we are not able to do those things, so we just forget. So how do you remember so many things? Because you are multitasking, you want to look after your children, you want to look after your husband, in-laws, your own self, and there is so much to do. So best thing is to have a small book. I keep jotting down in my phone also. I have a whiteboard in my kitchen where I just keep writing whatever I have to do. It is a to-do list for me in that small whiteboard which I have in my kitchen. Even for groceries also, because sometimes the grocery finishes and at the end of the month you don't remember what has gone. And at that time, that whiteboard is really helpful because I keep jotting down everything on that whiteboard. And just before going to the shop, I can just click a picture of that and I can take along. So that really helps because that helps me to de-stress. Like, there's no stress to remember. As you say, you will not fill your whole hard disk of your computer with lot of memory. So similarly, you can keep your memory also little empty, you can say, so that you have other things to fill with that. So this is how you can have a small to-do list, and you can, in the end also, you can review at the end of the day. You can probably review this also. That is also fine. And you can, important is when you're managing the time, you should be little more wise enough to get away from the screens, because that screens are nowadays taking too much of our time. So it is important to see that we are not caught up in the screen, the gadgets, and those gadgets are really taking all our productive time. So we are busy doing nothing sometimes. we are so busy that we are doing nothing because we are just hooked to the screen. So even if you have to have a focused time, delegate some time that okay, this is the time I will have for my screen. Not that whenever I want to just feel free, I just again I have my phone in my hand, and it has become an addiction. And we cannot tell this to our children if we are doing the same. So when you are talking about children, then and when you are talking about delegation, so how do you delegate your work? Because you cannot be doing everything yourself. Because if you're doing that already, that is what is making you so bugged up. Because you feel that I am the one who is going around and doing everything, and the rest of the family is just sitting cool. So it is important that I first thing start to give responsibility of small little chores in my house to all the people in the house. Don't feel ashamed or don't feel that you are being selfish. It is okay, because when you are giving small little responsibilities to your children, you are helping them to grow. As they take responsibility, they will know how to manage things, they will know how to do things, right? So it is important here to understand that we talk about 4 Ds for the women, no? And this is one of the things which I'm going to tell you here. There are so many other small hacks which I'm going to give you. So we are going to start with the 4 Ds. First D is do, that we are already doing it. You do so many things. And the second D is you have to differ. So just differ out. Third D is delegate. So that is what we're talking about, that you give little responsibility, share your responsibility with your husband. And I'm sure we have all felt this during the lockdown last year. 2020 has really taught us so many lessons which have not learned any time before. So was an important year for all of us. This is how we have learned lesson in 2020, and that biggest lesson was that we are all here to be responsible for the whole house, which we all staying together. So children were doing something little, and the husbands were helping the wives, and wives were helping the children. So it was a very beautiful setup, though some places it was a cause of lot of disharmony also. Yeah, but most of the time they have learned out of that disharmony also, that this is how we have to live sometimes. So again, it is important that we have to involve our children in small little chores that we do at our house. And when you are getting that time, what are you doing with the time then? You will not just sit down more to see your Netflix series, no? You are not getting time to do that. What you are getting time is to really pamper yourself for your own self-love. So first thing, but when you get up in the morning and you go to your bathroom and you look it in your mirror, what is the first thing that you see? Do you see that, oh my God, I'm how haggard I'm looking? Or do you see that, yes, I have a beautiful smile? When you start to dress up for your office or probably later, so what do you see there? That my face is having wrinkles, or my hair is graying, or yeah, I'm not looking that good, that other person has used that makeup, she is looking good, or you just look that you are having a beautiful eyes, no? So it is important to understand that this is not the outer beauty which we have to look for. And this is a small exercise which I also do sometimes, to actually look yourself into the mirror for at least 2 to 3 minutes daily. So when you start to look in your mirror, just in your eyes in the mirror, for 2 to 3 minutes, you will know that you will find that inner beauty. You will start to look in the inner beauty of your own self. It is as if you will meet yourself, which you would not have done before. So just try it out today itself, and just go back and see in the mirror that how you are going to, like you have to got to introduce yourself to your own self. And best thing to self-love is to really pamper yourself. How do you pamper yourself? Yeah, by taking care of yourself. Important is to appreciate your own self. Give a pat on your own back, hug yourself, and say that you are very good, that you are so nice. When we talk about ourselves in this way, we are trying to really elevate our own self-esteem. Our self-confidence increases, and that will help us to have productive relationships with people around us. So it is important that I continue to self-love myself. One another important point in self-love is to forgive yourself. Sometimes we are in that victim mode. We keep blaming ourselves, we keep shaming ourselves, and we keep complaining. So when we are always complaining and shaming and blaming ourselves, this is called victim mentality. And when we are doing this, we are actually in the lowest of our self-esteem. And that is how we will never be able to grow in life, because we always think we are not good enough. So we have to forgive ourselves for little small things which we have done. There should be no guilt as such. I'm not saying that you keep on repeating what wrongs you have done, but important is to forgive yourself first, and also to others. No, we cannot keep that baggage of unforgiveness on our backs, and like that burden will really kill you. So it is important that you forgive others and forget also. Don't say ki I will not, I can forgive but I cannot forget. No, don't. That doesn't work. You have to forget, because again, delete. Remember that the fourth D. You have to delete. That is important. That you have to delete that bad impressions, bad memories from your life. Right. So that is how you have to absolutely forgive and forget other people. You don't have to be controlling. That is important. There's best thing about one is that is you can just surrender to the universe. Just surrender to the universe. So self love is very very important. Embrace yourself and have a wow effect. This is another thing which I want to tell you. Have a wow effect. What do you mean by wow? Win over worry. So when you are winning over your worry, you are showing a wow effect. So remember the 4Ds and have a wow effect, right? So when you have started to love yourself, then you are going to take care of your health. No? And how are you going to take care of your health? And health is not only one physical health which we're talking about here. Health is your full integration of your physical health, your mental health, your emotional health, your social health, and also your spiritual health. So these are the 5 components of health which you have to really take care of yourself. And if you start with the physical health part, then physical health, you know that you have to eat right, you have to exercise. That is how you take care of your physical health. Smallest of the exercise of just walking, and I can just give you one small tip on that also, that even if you don't want to go out to walk, you don't have space in your house, it is raining outside and you're not able to go outside. So there were so many of the messages which were floating last year, and one of them was about having 8 exercise. So you can keep 2 chairs and you make a 8 out of that, and that is how you will be able to walk in that 8 for 30 minutes. And that 30 minutes is equivalent to, I think, 2 to 3 kilometers of walking which you do outside, because you're doing it for 30 minutes. So that is a great exercise in itself. Yeah, so when you are determined to do something, you will be able to do that. That is for sure. So that is you have to get your health checkups done. Um, Especially for the women over 35, it is very important that you get your pap smear and your other tests done for, and also to take your vitamin D, take your calcium, check on your vitamin profiles. For your thyroid, especially if you are feeling weak and low on energy, those could be symptoms that there is something which is cropping inside your body. So it is important that you get your all the profiles done at least once a year. Coming to your emotional health, emotions are very very important. because those emotions are showing in your behavior, and your behavior is controlled by your emotions. So if you're angry, or if you're always moody or depressed, what is that emotions which is actually which is very strong in you? There are some emotions which we always have, like some person will be always crying, like if they're happy they will cry, if they're sad they will cry. We are not talking about any positive and negative emotions, we are just talking about emotions. Emotion itself, no emotion is good or bad. It is the emotion which is important. But how do you manage those emotions is important. So for that also you can have certain exercises, you can do meditation to really calm your mind, and then you have your mental health. So how do you have your good mental health? So learn something new. No, you cannot be just saying कि मुझे आता है, I know everything, I'm the master of all. If you're cooking, if you're interested in cooking, try to learn new recipes. Anything which is to be doing with your mind. Sudoku you can play chess, mind games. So something which will trigger your mind, which will trigger your neurons in your brain. That is how you will be able to like really have a healthy mind, right? And then your social, so you're all managing very well, I'm sure everybody is so nicely doing. And if you're not doing, please go ahead, have good friends around you. It is important that you are able to have good friends around you. We'll be talking that about it a little later. One thing which you have to first I will talk about the truth of life first, that what is the truth of life. No, first thing is to understand that you are not alone. Because sometimes, as I told before also, we are just talking about, oh, I'm alone, this is happening with me, why this is happening with me. These such type of questions just come around. But to understand that you are not alone here. And actually, I'm going back to the last year, and we will do this for many years to come. We'll always return back to 2020 when we are telling tales. So when we go back again to 2020, we understand that it was important that we have friends. It is important that we understand that I was not alone. There were so many other households who were facing the same kind of challenges which I was facing. So, this is important to understand that in this world, everybody has challenges, everybody goes through ups and downs in life. So, you are not alone. So, don't start to victimize yourself. Nobody is perfect. Don't try to become perfect. It is important that I become more happy. I'm around there, but it is not important to be perfect. Neither expect that perfection from others and get depressed or irritated or agitated because things are not falling in place the way you want them to come about, especially with your children or with your husbands or with your other relationships. We should not actually expect any perfections. It is important to prioritize relationships over these perfections. So it is important to have possibilities, not problems. That is what we have to think. That we have focus is where is our focus? Is it on the problem or it is on the possibilities? So this is how we will know that these are the truths of life, and we cannot just give a blind eye to them. Important is to go along, and as you go along, you will become stronger, and that is the path of self development, and that is how you will be able to have a beautiful spiritual life. A spiritual health will be taken care of, because these are the mindset of a spiritual person, to really understand the people around you, to be able to flexible, to be able to adapt to the people around yourself. No, it is not that you are going to suppress your feelings or something. It is just that you are able to be along everybody. No, don't suppress. We are not talking about suppressing your feelings or something like that. No, but get along. It is be in harmony. Be in harmony with nature. Be in harmony with the family members around you. So this is very, very important. And when you're talking about this, it is important to have friends. No, it is important that we have friends. Sometimes when we are in a low mood, there should be somebody who we can just pick up a phone and have a call with, and we can just say that I'm not feeling well, and that person will be okay, I'm there for you. And that much is enough, because that one voice will help you to elevate your mood and you will be just up again. Don't wait for the whole day to get over. Do this ASAP so that you are able to elevate your mood, because your mood will spoil the mood of the whole family. And that I must say that you would have experienced that many times, that as a mother in the house, the mother's mood will be reflected in everybody's mood. So if you are finding you're fine, then everybody else will be also fine. So this is very, very important to understand. For this, we again have an acronym which is called CAPS. So wear a cap now, that when you are there, you call a positive person. That is your cap. So as when you are in a small, little bad mood, just wear a cap. Call a positive person. So this is how you can remember to reach out to your friend, and it is important that you are able to elevate your mood as ASAP. And when also we can have certain affirmations for ourselves, to really motivate ourselves on a daily basis. That how those affirmations are helpful, we all know that the universe actually responds to what we want to them, and you have to believe that. You have to believe that the universe will respond to you, and you would have felt it also. Those are not miracles. Your subconscious is very, very strong. It is the most powerful thing. So as and when you are talking to your subconscious, to the universe outside, it will respond to the way you are. So if you are always talking or thinking negative, that is what is going to happen. If you say that I'm not enough, I don't have enough, and that is what it will say, Tathastu. And that is what, if you say no, I am good, I have good, I have abundance, and that is what will happen. You will say Tathastu. So believe that the universe will respond to your prayers. So certain affirmations which you can just go about saying for your children also, that I respect my children, I respect myself, I love myself, I am a powerhouse, I have a lot of energy, I am confident. Anything which anything positive about yourself, your children, your family, your lifestyle, anything which is very positive, those can become your own personal affirmations, which you can every morning you can say for some time, and that is how. Some people will write also, that is also good. You can also have a gratitude journal. Journaling is a very beautiful thing to do. It has a lot of positive effects. Even if you're doing for once a week, that is fine. Not if not required that you're doing every day, because then it becomes an additional task for you. Already your hands are full, and this becomes an additional task. So once a week is also good to journal. That is fine. And when you're talking about support, no, how do you have that kind of a support? It is important to reach out for that support. And now I can address to people who will support you also. No, it is you are reaching out for support and there's nobody to support, then what? So it is first is that you will try to support your own self, and then you will try to reach out for others also, and others in the family, your children, your husband. I'm reaching out to them today here, that on this Women's Day, you can take this determination. Don't let this one day be one special day for her. Let every day be a special day for her. And I'm not talking because she's special, because we are all living in a family where everybody is special. So when she's doing so much every day for you, can we not do one day, one thing for her? Like making her special in once a month, probably, getting her off from that kitchen, ordering from out or taking her out, or just appreciating what she's doing, because that those words are very, very important. She really feels so joyful to just listen from from the child that mummy, I love you, or from the husband that this is a one awesome thing you have done today. So these kind of words really help the other person to be in that kind of a joyous mood. So have a lot of appreciation for each other in the family. I'm not saying only for the women, A woman should also be equally appreciative of the husband. That is how the relationships will blossom. So it is important that all of us are in real appreciation of each other. So I again have one beautiful acronym when we talk about reach, especially to reach out. So if you say about reach, we can talk about respect, for R for respect, E for encourage, and A for appreciate, and C for cherish, and H for help. So when we reach out to each other, it is these things which we will develop. We will be able to respect each other, encourage each other, appreciate, cherish, and help each other. So this is how when we reach out to each other, this is important that I reach out to my friends, my family, everyone. Yeah. So one thing I would like to mention here is that now this year we are actually celebrating the Women's Day, the International Women's Day, with a theme which is Choose to Challenge. So, what do you choose to challenge this year? That is one thing you have to understand. That what do you choose to challenge this year? So, I can suggest that we choose to challenge our limitations. We choose to challenge our fears, our doubts, and also we choose to be happy. We choose to be a role model. We choose to be a change maker. That is what we can choose to be in this world today. Because challenge comes from change. When you are changing yourself, because you have challenged, you are able to you're able to change yourself, right? And as a mother, as a woman of the house, how are you able to take care of everybody is also important, because as a leader of the house. Another thing which is there for this year is that woman in the role of a leader. So when we talk about leader, we just suddenly think of a workplace, but it is not about only the workplace where your leadership is required. And I would just ask here again one more thing is, what do you understand by a leader and a manager? How do you differentiate between a leader and a manager? No, a manager is only managing things, but a leader is actually leading by example. So you have to be a leader in the house, not a manager to just manage around. You will be a leader to lead by example for your children, so that they will grow up into beautiful citizens of this world. So that is why lead by example. First, leadership is on your own mind. So first, lead your mind to positivity. Then lead your children with role modeling. Like you have to lead your children with example. And then in your workplace, again you have to lead by example, and you have to take everybody along with you. So leader is not somebody who will be giving directions or just saying some things, some directions for doing something. No. A leader is a person who will take everybody along with them. So that is why we have to be choosing to be a leader and not a manager. That is a very important thing which we have to understand today in this world, because people are not needing any leaders who will just be giving them directions. They need leaders who are able to lead them by example, so that in this world we can create a world that is more humane, that is more humanistic, a world which is more happy, a world which is more hopeful. So I am coming from, I also have my own endeavor called Hope and Happiness, and we are coming up with a workshop on habits of happiness starting from next Sunday onwards. I can request and suggest whoever wants to join this. I've already shared links in my profile. You can just go and check on it. This is a good opportunity for us to inculcate and nurture the habits of happiness in ourselves, so that we can spread happiness around us. So before I close, I will again close with a small poem which is on a woman and this is called I Am a Woman. I believe I am whole and complete. I am a creator and a caretaker. I am strong and significant. I am brave and bold. I am wise and victorious. I am courageous and compassionate. I am a pillar of strength for the society. I am the son of my family. I am a soldier to protect my integrity. I am my own army to safeguard all living beings. I am and will be the hope of humanity. This is what I determined to do. So thank you so much everyone who could join in. This was really an amazing session. And if you have any questions, you can put out in the chat box. Please share this. If you think it has some value for you, please do share this. So thank you so much once again for joining in. It was real pleasure for me to be able to address all of you on this occasion of International Women's Day. And once again, have a good evening, the later evening which is there. Have a good evening to all of you. Thank you so much. Namaste.